Stop everything. If you've been talking to a girl for weeks, maybe months, and you think she's not into you, you might be dead wrong. In fact, there's a 78% chance she's already decided you're the one and you have no idea. But here's where it gets disturbing. Sign number 4 on this list. It's happening right now to someone watching this video. And because you don't recognize it, she's going to assume you're not interested. And by next week, she'll be doing these exact same things for another guy. And you'll never even know what you lost. I'm going to show you all 7 signs today, but I need to warn you about something first. Once you see sign number 3, you're going to have a sick feeling in your stomach because you'll realize you've been getting this sign for weeks and you completely ignored it. The girl you thought was just being friendly, she's been screaming that she wants you. You just couldn't hear it. And listen. At the 5-minute mark, I'm going to tell you about the one response that makes her instantly pull away. It's something 9 out of 10 guys do within 48 hours of noticing these signs. They think they're being smooth, being confident, but they're actually triggering a psychological defense mechanism that shuts her down completely. And once it happens, there's almost no coming back. But before we get there, you need to understand something about female psychology that nobody talks about. Something that will sound insane when I first say it. When a woman wants you desperately, she doesn't act more interested. She acts less interested. I know that sounds backwards. I know your brain is screaming. That makes no sense. But stick with me because I'm about to prove it to you. Sign 1. She finds excuses to be in your physical space. Now, this first sign, most men think it means the opposite of what it actually means. They think she's just being friendly, or worse, they think she sees them as a brother figure, and that mistake costs them everything. Here's what's really happening. She's sitting closer than necessary. She's brushing past you when there's plenty of room. She's leaning in when you're talking, even though she can hear you perfectly fine. You know what you probably did the last time this happened? You backed away. You thought you were being respectful, giving her space, being a gentleman. But here's the disturbing truth. In her mind, you just rejected her. You literally moved away from her advance, and now she thinks you're not attracted to her. This is backed by research in Proxmix, the study of personal space. When someone is attracted to you, their comfort zone expands to include you. Her brain literally recategorizes you from stranger to intimate, and that changes everything about how she positions herself physically. But there's something darker happening underneath. She's also testing your reaction. Is he comfortable with me this close? Does he pull away or lean in? And if you fail this test, she moves you into a mental category you never escape from not interested. And here's what terrifies me about this sign. It has an expiration date. She'll only invade your space like this for about 2 to 3 weeks. After that, if you haven't responded, her brain accepts your rejection and she stops trying permanently. Sign 2. She remembers the tiny details. You forgot you told her. Okay, pause for a second. I want you to think about the last conversation you had with her. Did she mention something you said weeks ago? Something so small you barely remember saying it? Your favorite food? A movie you mentioned once? The name of your childhood dog? Most guys hear this and think nothing of it. Oh, she's got a good memory. Wrong. And here's why that assumption is dangerous. When a woman is invested in you, when she's desperate, for you to see her as more than just another person in your life, she starts building a database of you in her mind. This is called attentional bias. Her brain is literally filtering for information about you because you've become important to her survival and happiness. She's not trying to remember these things. She can't help it. Want to know something that will mess with your head? That guy she's casually interested in. She forgets what he said 5 minutes ago. But she remembers what you said 3 months ago about your grandmother's cooking. Think about that. Think about what that means. She only does this for men she's serious about, men she's already imagining a future with. And if you're not noticing this, if you're not acknowledging these details, she's remembering she thinks you don't care about her attention. She thinks you're taking her for granted. And speaking of taking things for granted, we're about to hit the 5-minute mark. Remember what I said earlier? I'm about to reveal the one response that ruins everything. Keep watching because if you've been making this mistake, you need to know now before it's too late. Sign 3. She gets jealous but tries to hide it. All right, here it is. The thing that's going to make you sick when you realize you've been seeing it. You mention another woman, maybe a co-worker named Jessica, maybe your friend's girlfriend Sarah, doesn't matter who. And you see it. Just for a fraction of a second, her face changes. Her energy shifts. Then she immediately covers it up with a smile or a joke or changes the subject. And you thought what? That she didn't care, that she was being cool about it. Let me tell you what actually happened in that moment. Every alarm bell in her brain started ringing. Her heart rate spiked. Her stomach dropped. And for that split second before she controlled her face, you could have seen real fear in her eyes. Fear of losing you. Fear of not being enough. Fear that Jessica or Sarah or whoever else is going to take what she's been working so hard to build with you. But here's what's going to blow your mind. Society has taught women that jealousy makes them look crazy, possessive, or weak. So she suppresses it. She acts like she doesn't care when inside she's dying. And you know what men do? They see her acting unbothered and they think, I guess she really doesn't like me that much. So they pull away. And she interprets that as confirmation that you're interested in the other woman. It's a death spiral. And it's happening right now in thousands of relationships. Pay attention to the micro expressions. The split second before she controls her face. The way her tone changes just slightly. The questions that seem casual but are really reconnaissance missions. So, who's Sarah? How do you know her? Are you guys close? If you're seeing this, she's already yours in her mind. She's just waiting for you to claim it. Sign 4. She touches you in socially acceptable ways. And now we're at the big one. Sign number 4. The one that almost every man completely ignores. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this has destroyed more potential relationships than any other misread signal. She touches your arm when she laughs. She picks lint off your shirt that probably wasn't even there. She adjusts your collar. She playfully shoves you. She finds any excuse, any reason to make physical contact in ways that seem friendly, innocent, socially appropriate. Now, here's what I need you to understand. And this is going to sound harsh, but you need to hear it. If she's doing this and you're not reciprocating, you're not being respectful, you're not being a gentleman, you're being oblivious, and in her mind, you're rejecting her advances over and over and over again. And if you ignore this, if you don't reciprocate, if you don't escalate appropriately, you're answering that question with a hard no. She'll pull back. She'll assume you're not interested and she'll move on. I've seen this happen 100 times. Guy comes to me 6 months later saying, she was perfect, but she just stopped talking to me out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, brother. She touched your arm 17 times and you never touched her back. That's not out of nowhere. That's cause and effect. So what do? I'll tell you exactly what to do. But first, you need to see the next 3 signs because they build on this one. And sign number 7, it's the ultimate green light. If you're seeing that one, you need to act within 72 hours or you'll lose her forever. Sign 5. She laughs at your jokes, even when they're not that funny. Be honest with yourself for a second. You're not that funny. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just being real. Your jokes are average at best, but somehow when you're around her, she's laughing like you're the funniest person alive. Pay attention to the quality of her laughter. Is it genuine coming from her belly, lighting up her whole face? Or is it polite and measured? Real attraction produces real laughter, the kind she can't fake, even if she tried. And here's something that should terrify you. If she's doing this and you're not making a move, she's going to stop laughing eventually. Not because you got less funny, but because she got tired of waiting. Sign 6. She asks about your future plans and hints at hers. Now, this one is sneaky. This one flies under the radar for most men because it seems like normal conversation, but it's not. It's a calculated move. So, what are you doing this summer? Do you think you'll stay in this city long term? What kind of life do you want? These aren't random questions. These are reconnaissance missions. She's trying to figure out if your futures can align, if there's space for her in the life you're building. And when a woman decides you don't see her as long-term, she starts looking for someone who does, which brings us to the final sign, the ultimate indicator, the one that separates casual interest from, I need this man in my life, or I'm going to lose my mind. If you're seeing this one, the clock is ticking louder than you think. Sign 7. She opens up about her vulnerabilities. This is it, the ultimate sign, the one that separates casual interest from desperate desire to give herself to you completely. She tells you things she doesn't tell other people, her fears, her insecurities, her past traumas, her dreams that feel too big to say out loud. She lets you see behind the mask she wears for the rest of the world. And here's what you probably did when this happened. You got uncomfortable. You didn't know what to say, so you either changed the subject, made a joke to lighten the mood, or gave her some generic advice to make her feel better. This is what psychologists call a bid for connection. She's extending an invitation for you to come closer, and your response in this moment will determine everything. If you dismiss her feelings, minimize her struggles, or change the subject, she'll close up forever. But if you listen, validate, and share something vulnerable in return, you create a bond that's almost impossible to break. Here's the thing, though. She won't do this until she feels safe. So if you're seeing this sign, you've already passed multiple tests. She's already decided you're worth the risk. What to do next? So let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. How many of these signs have you been seeing? 3, 5, all 7? If you're seeing even half of these, she's already yours in her mind. She's just waiting for you to step up and claim what she's offering. But here's what's going to happen. If you don't act, someone else will notice these signs. Some other guy who's been watching her, waiting for his chance. And when he sees you not making a move, he'll step in and she'll do all 7 of these signs for him instead. Don't rush it. Don't force it. Let it unfold naturally. Show up consistently. Pay attention to her signals. Respond with confidence, but not arrogance. And most importantly, be patient enough to let her arrive at total trust on her own timeline. That's how you turn these signs into something real. That's how you go from reading the signals to being the man she's been searching for all along. If this opened your eyes to something you've been missing, drop a comment with the word thank you so I know this resonated with you, and hit that subscribe button because I'm going to keep breaking down female psychology in ways that actually make sense.